Is it recording? Hi, my name is Kristen. In this video I'd like to show you some tips for teaching piano lessons. Oh my gosh.
You okay?
I just can't think here. Okay, I'll just start over. Yeah, that's my little cheat sheet.
It's written all over.
Yeah, Ethan scribbled. Hi, my name is Kristen. In this video I'd like to tell you, okay. Hi, my name is Kristen, and in this video I'd like to tell you some tips for teaching piano lessons. It's really important that you follow a pattern when you go through your lessons, and that way your students will know what to expect. This is especially true when you're teaching young children, and I'm going to give you some little tips and tools that you can use when you're working with young children, because they need some extra activities to break things up so they'll stay interested in the lesson. And also a lot of these can be applied for older students too. The first thing that I like to do when I teach is they walk in the door and we have a minute to chat, and then we do scales and chords. And it is so important that students do learn those scales and chords. If you do it right, they will enjoy the process and they will later be so thankful that you taught them these things. If you do it wrong, they'll just be bored and they'll never understand why they did these. I don't teach chords as an end in themselves. I teach scales and chords so the students can be better at playing their music. When they know scales, they'll have a better sense of tonality, and also they'll be able to create music. They'll understand how one key relates to another, and they'll understand chord progressions, and they can have so much more fun at the piano as a result. So I like to use a series called Piano Magic to teach scales and chords to kids. It makes it a lot more fun. You can see there's these printouts with these fun graphics, and it shows the kids where to place their keys. And there's also a progress chart so they can track everything they've accomplished, and you'll see that it moves in a sequential series so that one skill builds on another until all of a sudden they have this phenomenal bag of magic tricks they can use to create music. And that's why I love teaching scales and chords. So if you're interested, check out Piano Magic, and that will teach you some really neat ways to help kids learn scales and chords. So that's the first thing I do when kids come in. And then next thing is work out of the method book. And just choose your favorite series. If you want to know mine, feel free to send me an email and I can correspond with you about why I prefer certain method books over others. I'd be happy to chat with you about that. And then it's also important to do theory. I usually just give them a theory assignment, write that down in their notebook, and then they do it at home, and then I check it when they come back. Some teachers do have them do that there in the studio, and that's fine as well, just whatever fits and how much time you have available for the lesson. I think it's so important to include an activity in every lesson. So with very young students, I try to do about 15 minutes at the piano and then 15 minutes doing an activity, and I find that this helps them just enjoy the process a lot more. And the activities are used to teach music theory and ear training, and so it really helps these kids develop these skills. With an older student, we might reserve less time at the end for an activity, or give them a longer lesson, like a 45-minute lesson, or there's some other ways that you can get those activities in there, and I can correspond with you about that if you have questions. So let me show you a couple activities that my students really enjoy. This one is called Pirate Treasure Hunt, and you'll see there's these cards you can print out, and you can print these for free, by the way. And there's these pirate-themed pictures, and then down beneath is a music symbol. And so you just attach these all over the room just with painter's tape, and then you give the child a map sort of thing, and you say you're going to go on a pirate treasure hunt. And what they do is they go around and they find this picture and then draw a line from the picture to the name of the symbol. So in this case we have a pirate treasure chest with a chord arrest. So then we just come down here and we find our pirate treasure chest and draw a line to the rest. So kids really enjoy this. It helps them learn the music symbols. For this for free. So another activity is an ear training activity, and I really hope you're doing ear training because it will help your students so much. If you need help learning how to do ear training, check out the website. There's lots of tools, lots of games, lots of worksheets, all kinds of tips to help you with teaching ear training to your students. When students have a good ear, they'll be able to recognize that they're playing correctly, and they will also be able to have more fun at the piano because they'll be able to hear things and then sit down at the piano and reproduce them. Note reading is an important skill, and so is ear training. I hope that you teach students both sight reading and ear training. This one is called Cookie Decorating, and it's a really fun game that the kids get really excited about. You give each child a cookie that you've cut out, and you'll see there's these little circles here, and these are for toppings. And we have these little circles here that are toppings. So this one's a candy corn and a chocolate chip or sprinkles, all kinds of different fun little toppings, and students really get excited about it. And then you give them this worksheet, and I like to keep it in a page protector so that I can use a dry erase marker. And this one is helping kids identify melodic notes. So you're going to play a set of 3 notes, and you'll notice that each of these measures only has 2 notes. So you get to pick the 3rd note that goes in here. So you just play these first 2 notes and then pick your own note right here, and the students write in the missing note. And then if they get that correct, then they get to put a topping on their cookie. And then you go through all 5 of these and see how many toppings they're able to get to decorate their cookie. It's also a lot of fun and really important that you teach kids composition. Some teachers overlook this, but if you teach your kids to compose, you'll have so much more fun at the piano. Playing the piano is more than just sitting down and being able to reproduce what other people have created. When someone really understands the instrument and understands music, they'll be able to create music. And you can start with simple activities like this one to help kids learn how to compose their own songs. This is a worksheet for kids that are just starting off, kids that don't even know yet how to read or write music, and record the notation on the staff. So in this one, you just tell the kids which hand position you'd like them to be in, and then they write a finger number on each one of these ice cream scoops. And they really enjoy this worksheet because they can also, you can tell them they can color in the toppings on top of their ice cream bowl here. And then there are more advanced composition worksheets as kids get further along. And you'll see that they really enjoy writing their own songs. It's also important that you teach kids how to improvise. And there are free piano improv tutorials on the website. You'll just be able to click on those videos, and they're geared specifically towards kids, so check those out. The last thing I'd like to throw out there is when you're teaching your piano lessons, it's so important that you encourage correct practice. And you'll see tips on the website for how to help kids practice correctly, and just make sure that you're following up with them and recognizing their practice. Some teachers like to use incentives or practice charts, and all these things help. Whatever you can do, whatever you feel like that student needs to help them practice, I encourage you to do that, because if they're practicing, then they'll make progress and they'll feel good about that progress, and they'll have more desire to continue the piano lessons. So I hope these tips and these tools are helpful. Please check out yourtrainingimprov.com. That's my website, and you can access these materials. A lot of these things can be printed for free. Just click on the link to get there, and hope you enjoy this, and good luck with your piano lessons.